Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're looking at another Cosori air fryer. This time this is a dual zone air fryer. Each zone offers you 4.25 liters of cooking space. As usual, Cosori offers the whole array of options. We've got the air fry, we have reheat, we have grill, we have dehydrate, which is absolutely amazing. We have roast, we have bake, we have preheat, and we have a shake reminder, which means that it gives you a reminder to turn or shake your food halfway through the cooking process. So without further ado guys, let's get it out of the box and see what it comes with. Voila, look at that. That looks pretty amazing, isn't it? I absolutely love this so far. I love the color. I love the fact that it's matte as well, because obviously it doesn't show so many fingerprints. But nonetheless guys, right, in the top of the box, okay, let me just get this out. So we have a little Cosori envelope, and we have here guys user manual, okay, and we have a shortcut sheet. So it just tells you how to do sync cooking, which is amazing. That's the thing guys, we can actually synchronize the finishing time of a food, which is brilliant for dual zone. So you've got the little sheet in here, and as I said, you've got the manual in here. Get this out in here. And on the top part we also have two brand new crisper trays. This is what goes on the base of your tray, so the air can circulate and crisp up your food from top and the bottom. And here guys we have skewers. This machine comes with the addition of skewer holder, so you can do yourself some kebabs, and also a toast rack or bread rack, which is, I think, is really good. So let me get this out of the way, and now let's open up the inside. So trays, I'll start with this one. Everything is really well packaged. Okay, so let's get the bag out. There's a sign in here to let you know before you start it out, obviously open it up and take stuff out of it. Okay, and so, okay, that'll be our skewer rack. How clever idea is that? You know, if you normally put something in the air fry basket, obviously they're laying flat, but to be able to raise off your kebabs or anything else, that's really good. It's extra, which is, I think, is absolutely brilliant. So let's get the cardboard from here. In that goes. Okay, clicks in nicely, I like that. And let's get the second one out. Right. And we'll have a little rack to toast a little bread. I'm sure you can do something else with that as well. It's kind of handy. It sits there, things are sitting up like that. That's pretty cool. Get that off. And a bit of card as well. And get this out. So yeah, I like this. The baskets are quite light. I like that. They're quite good. You can see you've got the glass there. There's a double. You've got internal glass and outside, so you can see. That's pretty cool. Okay, and there we are. So let me turn the camera around. We'll have a closer look at the controls. So guys, this is a close-up. So at the moment you can see you have a big sticker that gives you a bit of information what to do and not to do. And of course here as well, it gives you, which is I think is a really good thing, it gives you some information about the sync finish and sync cook. The whole idea guys, because it's a dual zone air fry, you can actually try and program the machine to sync finish at the same time. Even though different things you cook need to finish at the different time, you can actually program this to finish at the same time. And the sync cook there also give you some information there. You can actually mirror cook two different things at the same time for the same program in the two different baskets. So guys, without further ado, let's peel this off and power the machine on. Here we go, look at that. That looks very smart. I think having this on the angle, that makes it a little bit more readable. So we can see here we have obviously our functions in terms of the cooking. So we have our air fry, we have our roast, we have a reheat, we have bake, we have drill, we have dry, which will be like dehydrate. We have options here for the temperatures for obviously the both baskets. we've got the plus and minus. So if we select, say, the left one, we can obviously then look at that. It's 5 degrees increments, which is good. Okay, and then you have, say, on this side, we can select right, and you can do the same. You can see the shake thing is selected, so that means it will notify you halfway through if you need to turn your whatever you're cooking. But at the same time, guys, you can turn this off. It sounds as an alarm, as a reminder. I think it's a good idea, especially for things you do want to shake, especially like chips. I think that's really, really good. At the same time, the next thing, guys, we have a light here, and it's brilliant because it lights up your little basket. I always have a habit of, guys, of when I'm cooking something to get the basket out and have a look, because, well, it's only natural to see how it's progressing, but having a light and having a little viewing window, I think is absolutely brilliant. So here, guys, you can see you have your sink finish and a sink cook. So for example, if we had for some reason the temperature set for a different side set for different temperatures, you can sink cook, and automatically that will match both of them to be cooked at the same time. So guys, without further ado, let me share some recipes with you. So guys, the recipe time. So I'm going to show you 2 recipes today. First of all, we're going to make some lovely bruschetta. And for the bruschetta, we need, of course, a very lovely ciabatta bread. Yes, you heard me correctly. We can make ciabatta bread in an air fryer. And the second recipe is going to be some chicken nuggets. But no, guys, we're not talking about the chicken nuggets you buy from the shop. They're full of nasties and things we don't want our children to eat. It's going to be real, full of goodness chicken nuggets. So first things first, let's create our dough for our ciabatta. And guys, so ciabatta is a wet dough. This is when you improve the dough that gives it a really big bubbles and kind of this airiness of the dough. At the same time, it's very, very elastic. It is very simple, so don't worry. So let's go with that. So first things we need, guys, okay, I've got some bread flour, okay, and we're gonna have 2 cups of bread flour. 1. And it's easy one, we don't need to knead that neither. So 2 cups of bread flour. Okay, I've got a tablespoon of salt, which goes in. I have 200 milliliters of water, and I have 7 grams sachet of yeast. All we got to do, you can either put this with the flour, or you can just mix this with water. Give it a little bit of mix up. Nowadays you don't really need to activate the yeast, and I'm going to put this in. Give it a mix up. And it is the dough. If you never made the ciabatta, this is the dough, really. There's nothing like others, okay? It's very wet, again, and that's what gives us a big bubbles when we come to bake it, which is good. It gets to a gloopy consistency. All we have to do, we're going to put this away and brew for about an hour, but I've already done the hard work for you, and I have one ready for. So let me get this out of the way. So guys, after we mix the dough, you have to let it sit for approximately an hour. As I said, I already had one ready going. So I'm just going to put some flour on the base, and let's get the dough out. It is very hard to work with because it is a really wet dough, but you can see here it's very full of energy, as you wish. So I'm going to get this out. So the dough is out, and look at this, guys, right? You can see the glutinous of the dough, okay? So let me just combine this a bit together. So, okay, right. This is done. I've got here, one of the first baskets is pre-lined with a parchment paper. Because all we have to do, guys, we have to let it rest in the basket, okay? With any dough, when you disturb this, of course, you lose some air. And especially with this one, it's very wet. It's really hard to work with. But nonetheless, okay, just make sure you kind of round this up to a movable consistency. Let's sprinkle a little bit on the parchment paper, okay. I'm not using a crisper tray, guys, not for this bread, because we want the height, because the bread will rise quite a bit. Okay, so now the dough is in. I'm going to put some cover on it and let it rest for about another half an hour. And now we're going to move on with our chicken nuggets. So guys, recipe number 2. Whilst our bread is proven in the warm room, let's make some chicken nuggets. If you're like me and if you have children, you know the kids like to have chicken nuggets and fish fingers, but there is a lot of additives in the kids' foods like that. So I have a perfect recipe that's been approved by my toddler, which is a chicken nugget, but is a very healthy chicken nugget. So for this recipe, guys, I have, and again, you can scale this up proportionately. I have 1 chicken breast just by itself. I have 1 cooked potato and 1 carrot, which are cooked to a very soft consistency. It is a very easy recipe, but guys, it will offer our kids so much more than just the rubbish that they put in there. So first things first, okay, I've got my little blender, food processor. Whatever you have should work, no problem at all. I'm gonna just quickly put a little bit of flour, and excuse my gloves because I do like to wear gloves when I handle meat. A little bit of flour on our plate. Okay. So I have a blender, so whatever you have to blitz the stuff to the pulp. I have plugged in the thing here, so we're going to have our 1 potato and 1 carrot per chicken breast, okay? And I have a chicken breast that is going to be going in here. Put the lid on. Oh, let's add on some salt, sorry, forgot some salt. A little bit. Pour that first, and then blitz. Okay, so it pretty much becomes a potato mush. Okay, it's not potato, but we've seen the chicken and potatoes and carrot. This is the time, guys, if you want to have something added onto your kids' diet, be it even a spinach powder, anything you can kind of want to disguise into that is really good idea. Because if you look at the chicken nuggets, if you ever look at the packaging of what's actually inside, it's not really that good. So the ability to do this yourself and then fry this healthily, it's really, really good. So all I'm going to do now is and again, it's totally personal choice, okay? Personal choice, guys. Depends what your kids like, boys or girls, whether they like certain shapes, but I'm quite happily, and my little one is quite happily having them as they come. Okay, so pick up with some gloves or by hands your chicken mixture. Just dunk this in the flour. You can deep fry this if you want, but that's not the idea. Okay, I don't want to have heavy oils in there. The idea we use an air fryer is to have some, to avoid, you know, the heavy oiling and stuff like that. And again, have fun with that. You know, just make shapes that you could use the cookie cutters if you want to, but as kids used to, chicken nuggets being random shapes, so just make them into a random round shapes, okay? Okay guys, so the beautiful nuggets are done. So let me clear this all up and we're going to put it all in, including the bread. So guys, the chicken nuggets are done. So the bread has been proven for a little while and you can see it's got quite a lot of bubbles on top, which is absolutely brilliant. This is exactly what we want. So the bread is now going to go in here and we're going to put our chicken nuggets in there as well. I do have a crisper tray in this one, but I don't use that with the bread. So, Okay, chicken nuggets meant to be slightly random shape, so make them whatever your kid would like them, or make them to look as authentic as you can, considering they have carrots and other goodness in there. So I'm gonna do, guys, right, is spray a teeny weeny bit of oil, okay, on the crisper plate, and I'm gonna put our little nuggets in there. But guys, I know those chicken nuggets contain just 3 ingredients or 4: carrots, potatoes, chicken, and a bit of flour and a teeny bit of oil. Okay, so anyway, they're in. This is what we have. I'm going to spray a little bit of oil on there to make them brown. At the end of the day, chicken nuggets have some lovely coating, but because we're not battering them, the kids still like to see them kind of brown, pretend to look like what they're meant to look like. So anyway, on they go, in they go. So, okay. On. So the bread, the ciabatta, will go into, let's check the temperature to 185 for 15 minutes, okay? 15 minutes, and then we'll have our chicken nuggets at 170, okay, and we're gonna put them on for 15 minutes as well. So let it go. And then we're going to come back to this, make sure everything's a-okay, and turn them as needed. As you can see, the light came on, so you can get to see what's inside there, which I think is absolutely brilliant. So we'll see in 15 minutes. So guys, 15 minutes have passed, and okay, our chicken nuggets have gone through halfway through their cooking process. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to turn them around. They are looking and smelling very good, considering they're really, really healthy. Right, so turn them around. I'm going to spray them just a little bit more, purely for a toddler's sake. They do like them to be kind of brown, like when you have chicken nuggets when you buy them. So that's going to go in a second. And our bread, okay, our ciabatta looks amazing. So all I'm going to do, guys, I've been in the process of cutting some tomatoes, but nonetheless, we're going to turn our bread. Okay, I'm going to show you quickly. So this is what it looks like now, and I'm just going to flip this upside down because obviously it's on the parchment paper and we want to cook the underside. So I'm going to put it back in, okay, and in it goes. So we're going to set the temperature again, okay, to, let's go for 190 degrees. We're going to have this really nice and crispy on the outside. And on the right side, we are going to be dropping the temperature again to approximately, well, 180, okay. And we're going to go and let them cook. So in the meantime, guys, for the ciabatta and our bruschetta, it is depending what you like on it, but traditionally it's some homegrown tomatoes or tomatoes, and you have some garlic. So all you got to do, guys, again, is just to chop your tomatoes quite finely. My homegrown ones do have quite a thick skin, but just chop them up, and they do have quite a lot of pips in the juice, but that's fine. Chuck them in there. Okay. Wash them there. I have a little bit of crushed garlic there already. Add on salt to taste, guys, if you choose to, you want to have this in there. But otherwise, we're going to wait for these guys to cook, and I shall see you in 5 minutes. So, guys, the nuggets have finished, and they look rather amazing. So, let's put them on a plate. Again, of course, it's not going to look the same, guys, if you do have them from the packet, because they do have a lot of additives there. But nonetheless, let me just cut one of those in, and I have tried this with my toddler and she absolutely loves them. Okay, so look at that. So all we have in there is just chicken, potato, and a little bit of carrot, and it's absolutely brilliant. Give that a taste. Hot. So the best part is now is the ciabatta bread. Okay, right, let's get this out. You can see that looks really, really lovely and toasted. Let's get this out. not perfect shape-wise, but it's got to be perfect on the inside. So let's have a look. It's still warm, which just makes it... Can you hear the sound? Amazing. Oh, that is hot. Have a look at that. This is superb. Considering, guys, we're achieving this in an air fryer, which is amazing. So all these air pockets we have from the liquid dough, this all makes this a proper ciabatta. So I'm gonna let this cool for the minute and then go put some tomatoes on top and make absolutely brilliant bruschetta. So guys, the best part is now is to put your tomato mixture on your bread. You can toast this for bruschetta if you wanted to, but having the fresh bread, warm fresh bread, and some mixture in there just makes it so so amazing. So cheers. The best bruschetta ever. If you love Italian food, if you love bruschetta, this is honestly no comparison to anything you go and buy anywhere, especially having your own homegrown tomatoes. Even if they're not, to be able to just chop it yourself and add what you want to it is absolutely amazing. Having your own bread though, however, and making the bread in the air fryer, I think is super amazing. I know many people are like, oh my god, you can really make the bread in air fryer. Well, that just shows you guys, you can do this. And if you follow me, I'll show you a few recipes of other recipes I've done in the air fryer as well. Cosori air fryer seem to be really good at delivering the baking part. So there we are, guys. This is it. I hope you really enjoyed this. So to summarize the oven, I think it's absolutely amazing. The whole size of this, okay, it's 8.5 liters, and there's 3 of us in a family, and I think this is really perfect to be able to serve 3 to 4 people. You have 2 baskets, so you have 4.25 liters in each side, and of course, because they're controlled individually, you can guys do what you want to do, and as you've seen me doing 2 different dishes at the same time. And guys, the best part as well, they are running a promotion. So from 29th of August 2024 to 4th of September, they're going to be running a 35% off. So if you feel like you want to be buying one of those, guys, check out the link down below. And well, thank you for watching, and just see you in the next one. Bye bye.